everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a great day. So, I've been holding back on the Chantal content, not because I don't want to react to her anymore, because really, she's not doing anything that's interesting. Now, she did go quiet for a little while, and I thought, well, maybe she's traveling right now. Because Chantal, in the past, whenever she was traveling, she would schedule a few videos to cover for her travel and then pop up someplace. And I thought maybe that's what was going on. But she did a live today, so apparently she is still in Kuwait. She's talking about travel plans, although she hasn't traveled yet. And I'm wondering if she's going to be traveling alone back home to Canada or if she's going somewhere with Salah. Anybody who's been watching her videos and her lives lately, then you know as well as I do that Chantal is in no condition to travel. As a matter of fact, it will be extremely dangerous for her to travel. Anything could happen 10,000 feet up in the air. She could have a medical event, and if she does, she's stuck in a tube and no one can give her medical care up in the air. Plus, it might be traumatizing for those who are also on the flight. But Chantal's not doing herself any favors. She's eating more than ever. And I got to ask the question, Chantal. Look, I had an issue with food myself. I'm on the recovery side of it. Clearly, you're not on the recovery side, but you have confessed more than once in the past that you are an emotional eater. So your increase of food lately, it makes me wonder what the heck is going on. Now, I do know that you have your really bad issue with food. Your food issue is so out of control that you literally have to crowdsource and crowdfund out to keep your food addiction going at the level that you've built it. I remember when you were back in Canada, you confessed that the amount that you were spending on food was about $4,000 to $5,000 a month. That doesn't include junk food. That did not include you going to the green store or your trips to Starbucks. You were spending an excessive amount on food. And that was over 2 years ago. And I'm sure your food habit is worse now. So my question is, what's going on? You're an emotional eater. What is going on? Like, I don't know if you're stressing out because you know you have to travel soon and you don't like it, or perhaps you and Salah are fighting and that might be an issue. And you eat for all kinds of reasons. You eat because you're bored. You eat because that's all you have to do in your day. You eat when you're upset. You eat because you're looking for that brain explosion, the endorphins. No, I'm sorry, not endorphins. You guys know what I'm talking about. The chemical in the brain, dopamine. Thank you. The dopamine. You're looking for the dopamine hit. So you eat for all kinds of reasons. But watching you lately, I do know that when you are a diabetic, high blood sugar will make you hungry. And if you're someone you're taking insulin, insulin can also make you hungry, which for someone like you, that you are a food addict, that's just making the problem 10 times worse. And it also points in the direction that's why you need professional help. Despite what you're thinking, Chantal, you can't do this on your own. If you could, you would have done it, but you're not. It's out of your hands. You need professional help. You need inpatient. You need to go somewhere where other people can take over and control your food, control your meals. Leave someone like you in a room alone with a phone, and you're going to order takeout, guaranteed every single time. So, yeah, like I'm wondering, like, what's going on, foodie? What is making you eat so much? Is it the feedy people that want to see you eat more food? Is it emotional issues? Is it a combination of both? Probably a combination of both. About Salah, Chantal, can we talk about him for a minute? Can we really talk about him? And yes, I am drinking a vanilla Coke. I'm drinking my soda, but I can do that because I did 4 or 5 miles on the bike today. Let's see you do that, foodie. But a word about Salah, Chantal. Let's talk about him. I think the whole thing between you and Salah, long ago, it was a business deal. It was a verbal contract, if not a written contract. It was an agreement between the two of you that he would play your on camera husband so long as you paid the rent and you paid the bills and gave him some extra money. And maybe you made all kinds of promises to him about what you could do for him and how you could build up his gaming channel and how much money we made off the couples channel and da 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 da. You know, like you promised a bunch of things the same way that you promise things to your VIBs. And you figured you could just make the promises and then string him along long enough to squat in Kuwait. But something you should know. The tarot reading that I did on you not too long ago, the cards were speaking very loudly about you. Conversations have been happening behind your back. People have been talking. Salah's been talking to some people. I saw a group of 3 people. Salah, Murad, and there's another party. But there's been some conversations that have been had, allegedly. And the conversations revolve around, she's a problem. What do we do about her? How do we handle this? I think in the beginning, it was decided that Salah and whoever else you might be talking to, they decided to give you a try because you were making money. At the time, you were a profitable problem. Hence the reason why those parties involved with you, they put up with you. They tolerated you. But as the profit goes down, so does the tolerance. And there's an increase in the conversations of this isn't profitable. She's more of a pain in the butt than anything. She's just too controlling and just too much of everything. And she's bringing a lot of unwanted attention. What do we do? Those conversations have been had by different parties. This whole deal with Salah, it all revolved around money. And the less you make, the less he wants to deal with you. The less he's going to deal with you. And you better be careful. I'm not saying you're in any kind of mortal danger. I'm just saying that you need to remember why you came to Kuwait and why those who talk to you, who deal with you, let you stay in Kuwait. It's about business. It's not personal. It never was personal. Those people that you put on the contract and signed the contract with you, they were never emotionally involved with you, nor wanted to be. It was simply a employer-employee relationship. It was all based on money, and if the money isn't there, then those people that you're talking to will also not be there. So, yeah, you might want to consider that the next time you eat through your paycheck. Or you might want to consider coming home to Canada. I'm just saying. So, with that said, how about we get into the Twitter stuff, y'all? Because there's a lot to go over. Not all of it is foodie. There is some cool stuff that I found for you guys. And yes, that's Queen Booger back there. She's sleeping. She's been up all morning, and I fed and spent some time with Queen Blackie outside. She had a little lap time. So now it's time to react. I got my daytime stuff done. I can stop and react, and hope you guys enjoy. So let's get into the Twitter stuff, shall we? Okay. So, all right. So those of you that are on Twitter, that you'd like to follow me on Twitter, it's Wow Girl Sarah. Let's start here with Girl World Lurker. Girl World Lurker says, claiming that reactors will get their karma while lying down as her stomach is so heavy, her back can't bear it even sitting down, while panicking in her mind about a trip she's too unhealthy to take, but has to for the sake of her fake husband. Yeah, the reason why we're reacting to the live today is because I heard through the grapevine that the live I'm about to react to, it's a bit of a rager. Will anything new or interesting be revealed? I doubt it. Chantal sits in that room all day. She doesn't go anywhere. She doesn't do anything. Therefore, she rarely has anything new to share with us. She goes over the same topics over and over. But going back to the tweet from Girl World Lurker, Chantal, your health is so bad that you've literally broken the couch that you're laying on. And you have to sit down a lot. And when you get off the couch, you literally have to roll off the couch. You can't just stand up and get yourself up. You are so close to being bedbound. And I don't know if maybe being bedbound is the plan. If you think that Kuwait can't get you out, that if you become bedbound, they'll be forced to keep you. But let me just correct you on that kind of thinking. If they have to put you on a boat and send you back to Canada, they'll put you on a boat. If an airplane's too dangerous, they'll find another way. You cannot force a country to keep you there. If they want you gone, they're going to get you gone. That's just it. Do I have any sympathy for you being unhealthy? No. You've always known that you're there on a tourist visa. You've always known that every so often you have to go renew it, that you have to get out of the country. So if you decide to increase your food versus decrease, knowing what that's going to lead to, that means you are making an active choice to do what you do and deal with the consequences. And if you do, nobody should be giving you sympathy. So moving on to Perfectly Imperfect. Perfectly Imperfect says she's eating so fast, she's swallowing gulps of air with her food. Eventually, she will choke. Foodie, please understand, ma'am, that at your size, it might be very difficult to do the Heimlich maneuver. If you start choking, even if somebody is right there in the room, would they be able to do the Heimlich maneuver and help you get it out of your throat? If you happen to be alone in the apartment and Salah isn't there, well, there is a high chance that the unavoidable will happen. So you might want to take smaller bites, okay? Stop unhinging your jaw like a snake, but let's watch.
Okay, so where we're going.
Oh, she almost choked. It's bad manners to talk while you're eating anyway, foodie. Didn't your mother ever teach you that? Chew your food and swallow before you speak.
Going, but
And why we can't do a live and not eat, I will never know. She's always got to include food. Girl World Lurker says, quote, we get on very comfortably. We can afford to travel. We have a nice condo on the beach. We have a nice new vehicle. I can afford takeout every single day, sometimes 3 times a day. We give away some of our money to charities. The only truth here is the takeout, period. Well, question, foodie. If you are off comfortably, as you say, to the point where you can order takeout every day, and you get a nice condo on the beach, and you get a nice new vehicle, how come you haven't gotten your cat fixed? Can you please explain? Because I looked it up, how much it would cost to get Julia fixed. It's about $200, which is a steal compared to what it would cost here in the Western world. So why haven't you fixed Julia? If you guys have so much money laying around, why haven't you fixed your doggone cat? And why can't you buy a bigger hamster cage for poor Harry? He's cramped up in that tiny cage. I mean, these are not expensive things. So why haven't you done them? I'm just asking questions. I really am. Okay, now this broke my heart. You guys like, oh, I can't. Cats remember their owners when they are gone. Poor pussy cat. I don't want to make you guys sad, but I'm including this in the Twitter feed because Foodie likes to treat animals as if they have no feelings. Clearly, animals have feelings. They do feel. They have love and they have loyalty as much as people. And here's proof for you, foodie, courtesy of antidepressant content. So this poor cat is missing their owner. I can't stay on there too long. I'm going to start crying. Whew. Lime Jello says, what is she doing? After just complaining about being obese and traveling is going to be very difficult, and saying she was going to use all her groceries before vacation starts, she orders a double BK Royal, a cheeseburger, and fries. Yeah, you know what? When Chantal did the live where she went into her kitchen to make food, she opened the refrigerator door, and I saw a ton of eggs. Over a dozen eggs. She could have used those up. Why wasn't she eating this stuff in the fridge? She can't even say, oh, I was out of food and I just wanted some takeout. I'm not surprised that she ordered takeout. Basically, the stuff in the fridge, it's like emergency food in case she can't order takeout. She runs out of money, or maybe Salah just doesn't feel like going out and get the takeout. But, you know, like all you're doing is hurting yourself, Chantal. If you think you're hurting us by doing this, we're not hurt. I'm not gaining any weight by what you do. I'm not gaining weight, ma'am. I mean, this is all you. This is you not caring about your health. This is you dedicating yourself to the feedy people. Like you are trying really hard to keep them happy and keep them on your channel. Hurt yourself. You're going to anyway. Perfectly Imperfect says, this is a 40-year-old woman. Let's watch.
Okay, I want to do a challenge.
You don't have to, though.
Do you think I could put this whole thing in my mouth?
She's so childish. Chantal's got childish ways, doesn't she? Childish way of thinking. She's amused by childish things like farting. She's so amused when she lets go of a fart or a burp or acting gross. She's so childish.
Let's try it. Why am I starving all the time?
Well, it could be because of your high blood sugar. It could be because of your insulin. It could be because you are stressed out about the travel, and that is your coping mechanism, and just all of that anxiety about travel is making you eat. I mean, it could be a variety of reasons, Chantal, but you're not going to go to the doctor or listen to anybody that tries to give you advice about how to handle things.
Ever since being on the insulin, I can't handle it.
Oh, so it's the insulin's fault. So the food issue did not start until she got on the insulin. It's the fault of the insulin, y'all. Never mind that. Before she got on the insulin, she gained about 200 pounds. She's been in Kuwait for what, 2 years? Before coming to Kuwait, she wasn't on insulin. She wasn't on a bunch of medications that we know of. Then she went to Kuwait, and in a matter of 2 years, she went from no medications, no insulin, to needing insulin and needing a lot of medications, the max amounts. See, this is what your bad eating has done, Chantal. This is how much your body can't cope. In order to keep yourself from, say, a diabetic coma, you have to have stuff like the metformin and the insulin. But the insulin will make you hungry. But it's not the insulin's fault. You're a food addict. You've never dealt with your food addiction. And if you cared, you would research what's going on with you, but you just don't.
Whenever I get back, I need to look into something that helps curb your appetite.
Sure. Sure, Jan. Sure. I'm going to look into something to help curb my appetite. The only thing you've looked into is what medications can I take? What amounts of medications can I take? How much insulin can I take a day so I can have my bee moments? I can keep up with all the feedy requests on Cameo and off of Cameo. You're trying to configure things to continue your bee moments. You're not looking to stop. You built this whole YouTube machine to be able to indulge in the food. and find people that would help you indulge in the food. They would pay for the food, they would give you money to eat it. This whole toxic addiction machine that you've built, and you rely on for money. So if you break down the machine, well, how else are you going to make money? You haven't built a second machine that actually works. So I just don't see you breaking it down and getting rid of it. She's so stupid. And you wonder why Salah has no affection for you. Look at all the embarrassing stuff you do on camera. Okay, I don't want to see her eat. Excuse me. Pardon me. I am so sorry. I just felt that sneeze coming on and just want to kind of sneak up on me. Okay, Queen of WTF says, you went to therapy or clinic a few times. They didn't tell you what you wanted to hear, and you never went back or followed up. 2, you brought your issues online, wanting viewers to be your therapy. Again, what you didn't like when they had to say, you blocked. So let's watch the clip.
I'm obese because I have a food addiction. I agree with what you say. My family bullies me for being. I know, and people act like I didn't ever try to get help. Like, you know, it's just like, let me live my life. It's not up to you. It's not your business.
You know what, Chantal? You can live your life. It's your life. You can do as you please. The thing is, you put your parts of your life anyway on video. You put it in front of the public. And you put parts of your life in front of the public to make money off the public. And when you do that, you are opening up the floor to public opinion. You're not putting it on a private forum where only certain people can see and comment. You want to make money off the public, but you're saying the public does not have a right to have their opinions about what I do, even though what I'm doing is hurting myself. Any decent person, any decent human being, when they see another human being hurting themselves, they will feel a certain kind of way and they will comment on it. They'll walk up to you and say, hey, you need to stop. What is wrong with you? Do you need help? Or they'll comment about that behavior being wrong. So if you don't want the public to give their opinion on the self-harm content that you do for YouTube, don't put it in front of us and you won't have to hear from many of us.
It's like, you know what I mean? It's just so pathetic and so sickening.
No, it's sickening that you have basically sold 100% of your health for a paycheck. That's sick. There's something wrong with you. You need to be institutionalized. I'm not even joking about that. I think Chantal should be put somewhere because she's a danger to herself and she's a danger to others. She's out of control. She's never going to stop hurting herself. In my opinion, she's made the decision that she is just going to unalive herself with food, and she wants to let everybody watch. And YouTube could do their part and shut her down, but they're not. They're just going to let this happen until it does happen. They're going to make every penny they can off this. But like, what do I know? I'm not the YouTube CEO. Okay, a chicken a duck says she must be stressed about the travel or fighting with Salah because it's a full-on rager. It could be a little bit of both. I'm sure Salah is not happy about Chantal eating. Chantal's rebellious. I'm sure they have quarrels about her food. He wants to go travel. He wants to see the world. He wants to have fun. But he's got this 550-pound ball and chain around his ankle that anywhere he goes besides Kuwait, even if he's in Kuwait, he's got to deal with her. There's so many restrictions when it comes with Chantal. If they go anywhere, he has to make sure that there's food available or that she can eat food as soon as she gets back. The place is practically deserted. It can't be too expensive. Nobody can look at her. They can only go out at night. I mean, there's so many things. Imagine being somebody you want to travel the world and you're traveling with somebody who is anti-fun. They want to sit in a room and eat. You got to make sure that they're constantly fed or you're going to hear about it. Do I feel sorry for him? Nah, he signed on for it. But I'm sure it makes him angry that she's getting worse and worse. And the worse she gets, the more he has to deal with her. But I'm here for the rager. Yes, I am. Oh, thank you for posting this lime jello. So lime jello says 88% dead subscribers. Acadia Strong says this might explain it. So there is a site that you can go to. You can put in a channel and it can give you like the numbers about what's going on with that channel. So let's blow this all. Okay. This is the empty subscriber calculator. This is for Foodie Beauty. Subscriber count, 103,000 subscribers. Video count, 636. Total views across all videos. You guys can see that. Total average views per video, 13,174. Active subscriber base, 12%. Dead subscriber base, 88%. And for those who might be curious about what they mean about dead subscriber base, well, the way that YouTube does it, if there are inactive accounts still subscribed to your channel, those numbers still count. So that's what it means by the dead subscriber base, just like accounts that just haven't logged in a long time. So she only has 12% of people on her channel that are active and a greater number that are inactive. Ugh. Not good numbers, Foodie, but that would explain why you're not getting much in the way of views. Enjoy that. Okay. True Seeker says, Chantal says it's hard to travel being overweight and flying long distances. She admitted that she's gained weight even though it is visible for months. She's had many opportunities to lose weight, instead became spiteful when viewers tell her to stop consuming those foods. Yeah, because she's going to do the opposite of what you tell her to do, just out of spite. Even those who come forward and they try to be nice about it and say, Chantal, like, maybe it'd be better if you lose some weight, be better for you, you'd feel better. The rebellious side of her is going to buck up and say, don't tell me what to do. Nobody tells me what to do. I'm going to do what I want to do, even though what she's doing is hurting herself and she knows it. Just the idea of somebody suggesting something to her that would help her makes her rebellious. You know, she gets in her own way. She's her own worst enemy. Okay, Bootenbingen says Bambi and Thumper in real life. So for those of you that grew up with Walt Disney, you remember Bambi. Here's the real life version. You got the bunny and you got a deer. They're good friends, obviously. That's so cute. All right, this is from Nature is Amazing because every heart can feel affection. See, animals can be affectionate. Look. Aw, puppers. Even chickens. And geese. Geese have their favorite people. But chickens can be affectionate. And elephants. And lions. Every animal has a heart. And cows. Cows are just basically dogs that give us milk. Donkeys, more dogs. Okay, so who says animals don't feel? They do feel. True Seeker says, how is she going to fly if she did this? This was her in Thailand. She's in far worse shape than before. Yeah, she had a hard time with those seats. She's probably going to need 3 seats. And not even joking. For her to be comfortable, for her to be safe and other people to be safe, she's probably going to need an entire aisle. I can't see somebody sitting next to her and being comfortable for her next to them. All right, so this will warm your heart from Deadpool saying he is a hero. So this puppy heard a kitten and he would not stop digging. He injured his paws. But he just kept digging and digging and digging. And people were like, what is going on with this dog? And they started digging. And there was actually a kitten underneath the rubble. See, there's the baby. But the dog knew the kitten was in trouble and alerted people and saved the kitten's life. Some heroes don't wear capes. They just eat dog food. Good on you, puppers. Look, the baby's coming out. Get her out. There you go. And the dog's so happy. Somebody give that dog a steak, a really, really big one. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. All right. Emma McDonald says, just to be clear, spending money to travel for a vacation isn't a vacay if you aren't out enjoying each other and making the best of every day, taking in all the sights. Neither of these are possible. He is repulsed and hates her in self-inflicted immobility. Jealous of what? Well, I slightly disagree with you on the vacation thing, Emma. Some people can go on a vacation and just chill. Yes, it's true. A lot of people go on vacation and they're like, I spent all this money and I went all this way to get to the destination. I'm going to go take pictures. I'm going to sightsee. I'm going to make the most of it. Doggone it. I spent all this money. I want to see everything. But there are some people that take a vacation for the opposite reason. So a vacation could be whatever it is you make it and whatever you want it to be. Different vacations for different people. But, you know, if I went on vacation somewhere, I want to just paint the town red. Okay, we're going out dancing. I'm going to the beach. I'm staying at the beach all day. Uh, Basically, the motel or hotel room, that's just a place for me to sleep after I've been out all day and all night. That's how I do it, but other people might see it differently. Now, Science Girl, look at this horse. This horse is practically dancing. It's prancing. What a beautiful boy. Look at him. He knows he's pretty. Look at that gait. What an absolutely graceful gait on that horse. And he knows he's pretty. Look at him. Look at the baby. He is just like prancing around. Graceful he is. I could just watch this all day. Horse ASMR. All right. Foop Olympic says, not ready to travel because I'm bigger than ever, followed by a Subway mukbang with bonus noodles an hour later. This woman is beyond help. Yeah, she put in the title, I'm not ready for travel, like boohoo, sad fishing, and then she does a mukbang. You can't even do sad fishing right, Chantal. Girl World Lurker says, Chantal just said that she feels muscle pain when she pushes herself to walk, and she never wants to feel that again. This woman is truly insane. Does she not get that muscle pain is a good thing? That means you're working out and a step closer to being more mobile. Yeah, you know what, Chantal? I'm sorry. You have to use those legs. I know it's a pain in the butt for you, but the fact that you're off your feet so much, that's why your legs hurt. You know, like you're not using the muscle like you should. You got to get up and get moving. All right, Cats and Kittens says, it's impossible to forget a cat who gave you so much to remember. Aw. True. Cats and Kittens, when you have to stay focused, so you put your thinking cat on. Look, that's a happy baby. And that's a happy cat daddy, because you got to know that's a cat daddy if he's letting the baby do that. He's like, it's just a normal day for me. Look away. Nothing to see here. Now, this is stunning. All of you that love crystals and rocks, y'all pay attention to this. Look at this table. I don't know where I put it, but I still want it. How gorgeous is that? It's probably a really, really heavy, but it's so pretty. I just had to share that with you guys. That's insane. I would love that table, though. I love rocks and crystals, and to have an entire table made like that, just give it here now. That's all I got to say. All right. Yep. Post of cats. You hear how empty this bowl is? I'm laughing because Blackie is kind of that way with me outside. I feed her a lot. I feed her several times a day. But when she wants to get fed, she will jump up to the window to let me know she's outside and she's ready, or she'll go to the door and meow. So I feel this person's pain. Kitty's like tapping on the bowl, like, hey, this bowl's empty. You need to fix it, human. We got to fix it. Okay. Okay, this is a separate issue, but same. So for those who are on my channel, that maybe you go over to Peetz's channel, because Peetz is the person that he was living with Chantal before she went to Kuwait. Why do I have a problem with Peetz? I got a problem because of the way he treated BBJ, grabbing onto her face and saying no mercy, and being all aggressive with her when really his aggression was towards Chantal. He's got a lot of pent up anger about the breakup that he and Chantal had, and her cheating with BB, and the fact that she changed Casey's name to BBJ. But here's another reason why I'm doing this to Peetz. Do you see this picture? From Girl Gang Comments Pondu. This picture is of his cat, Timbit, who's no longer here. Timbit was the cat that he moved in with Chantal. Timbit never left the bedroom. And Timbit lived in horrible conditions. She didn't even have a proper feeding dish. He fed her on a piece of cardboard. But here's another reason why, Peetz. I think you can go walk off a cliff in Minecraft. Minecraft, of course. You know, like, I've got nothing good to say about you. Look at Timbit's claws. Y'all see that? Look at her feet. Look at her feet. Ingrown nails. He's just as bad as Chantal. He didn't take care of his cat either. And there's no excuse. Chantal was paying all the bills, paying all the rent. Surely he could make enough money to get things taken care of with his cat. Nope. Nope, that poor baby lived in pain too. So you can go F yourself, Peetz. Hear me? You can go F yourself. You can really go F yourself. What else we got here? Oh. Nature is amazing. These deer, and look at this water. You know what this reminds me of? Anybody who saw the movie The Last Unicorn, like that animated movie, it reminds me of that. Cue up The Last Unicorn music. Truth Seekers says, are these blackish spots from her uncontrolled diabetes? So the rumor going around is that Chantal has possibly ulcers on her feet. And if that's true, if those are not blisters, because even blisters, even if they are blisters, she's a diabetic, all wounds take a while to heal, which can lead to infection if you're not keeping them clean. And she doesn't wash her feet. It doesn't take any time at all for something small like this to turn into something really, really, really bad. And she's, as a diabetic, she's not paying attention to her doggone feet. Okay, what else we got here? Like, there's more about the feet. Okay, Lime Jello says the sore on her foot isn't healing. I'm convinced it's a diabetic foot ulcer. As a former RN, I've seen these ulcers go from a stage 1 to stage 5 DFU within weeks. With the way you've been eating and you don't wash your feet, Chantal, you're in trouble, girl. She knows that. She doesn't care. She's been warned. Fondue Pondu, Foodie Beauty, you are doing fantastic, cutie. So this was Chantal back in 2022. This is Chantal 2 years later. But she's not gaining any weight, right, guys? No, that never happened. Yog said, happy puppers. Look at the puppers. Look at that face. Oh, big happy boy. Happy boy. Yeah. Cats and kittens. Mismatched socks normally give me anxiety, but not today. The patterns on both of them, you can tell they're litter mates. So like we're all caught up. Oh, there's one more thing on Twitter that I guess that I skipped or I forgot to put in the feed. So apparently the gaming chair that Chantal sits in, to fit in the gaming chair, she actually broke off one of the chair arms, which is not easy to do, by the way. I had the exact same gaming chair, only in pink. To fit herself into the chair, she had to break off one of the arms because she couldn't wedge herself in the chair. I just want to throw that in there. So let's go on to the Ragey Live. And if she's eating, we'll skip ahead. We will. There's no sense sticking with it. One moment, please. Okay, let's get started. And we're starting about 19 minutes in. She started out the live eating. Whenever possible, y'all, I cut out the eating. I don't want to see her eat. I don't care what she's got to say while she's eating. When she's eating, she doesn't say much anyway. She's too busy chewing her food. So we're starting here, and I'll cover as much as I can. Let's go.
So what if I only think of food, Jose? You only think of being a jerk. So
Ooh, already starting out salty. Go ahead, Chantal. Bring it to us.
who cares?
And again, I apologize. She's still eating, but I try to cut most of it out.
It's a chicken royal. I don't know, Luna. Tyler, oh my gosh. Mm. Sometimes wanderer lost.
Keep eating that food, Chantal. Because like I said earlier, once upon a time, you were a profitable problem. And those that are around you, they put up with you and they tolerated you for the sake of money, because money was coming in. But the less you make, the more those conversations between people are happening behind your back. There's much more discussion going on, I feel. People are talking, discussions are being had, and the talk is like, it's just not worth it to deal with you anymore. You're eating as much as you make. Like the money just isn't there. I feel like some people are ready to cut you loose. You're not worth the trouble.
But right now, no. Can everyone be a type of chip? Uh-oh. Not everyone looks like chips. My trip is, I'm not going to tell you. It's going to be a surprise.
You know, I'm wondering severely if Salah he's just been waiting for her to go home. Waiting for her to take one more trip back home to Canada. At the moment he puts her on that plane, he could just find a way to just cut her loose. And maybe that's the reason why Chantal refuses to leave, because she's afraid that if she leaves Kuwait again, she will not be able to re-enter. So she's doing everything she can to stay there. The last time that she and Salah went to Thailand, they stayed there over long. I don't know what complications there might have been, but I don't think she anticipated staying in Thailand for as long as she did. And there was a lot of tension between her and Salah. So if you and Salah go to Thailand again, considering all the new laws and regulations in place now in Kuwait, Chantal, would they allow you back? Because for all intents and purposes, you are a burden to their system. You would become a burden. And that's exactly what they're trying to avoid. They don't want to deal with people that might be a burden on their country or their healthcare system. And you definitely would be. So are you afraid to leave for that reason? Are you going to hang on by your fingernails and basically force Kuwait to keep you as long as possible until you absolutely have to go?
Girly bread. No, I don't raw dog flights. Well, I guess because I sleep. Sometimes I watch a movie. Hey, Breezeth.
Oh, that's back, is it? So for those of us that have been reactors for a while, I've noticed something. That the whole throat clearing thing, that's not an all the time thing. It pops up periodically. I mean, we all do it, but Chantal does it excessively, and it comes and it goes. So it looks like the throat clearing is back. I don't know what that's related to. I don't know what triggers it, but when she does it, it's so annoying.
Excuse me. FF keeps saying gunting around. I don't get it. How many times have I shown pictures of her? She doesn't have a neck anymore.
Ma'am, you talking about somebody not having a neck anymore. You. Where's your neck? Before you put on the abaya, before you put on the hijab, the only way you had a neck is when you put the filters on. That's the only time. You've gotten so much bigger, you don't have a neck anymore. Your head looks like it's glued to your shoulders. Are we really going to insult people's bodies and try to use weight as an insulting point? When you're someone and you're over 500 pounds, is that what you're trying to do? You, as a super morbidly obese woman that can barely walk, has trouble breathing, to get off the couch, you have to roll off the couch. To fit in a gaming chair, you have to break off one of the arms of the chair. You can't even walk 5 steps without sitting down. You're really going to go after somebody else's weight?
Is a gullet. So if you're going to make fun of me, turn on your camera, weigh yourself, or shut up.
Let's see you weigh yourself at a hospital with an actual medical scale that you cannot mess around with. And I promise you, Chantal, I give you my word that if you go to an actual hospital with a medical scale that can go up to 1,000 pounds, not saying you are 1,000 pounds, but still, get on an actual medical scale that you cannot mess around with. And if you are in the 300-pound range, I'll apologize to you. I'll say, you were right. I've been saying you're 550 pounds and you're in the 300s, but I guess I was wrong. I could admit when I'm wrong. Can you? Can you get on a scale and prove that you're under 500 pounds? Because I don't think you will.
Gunting around. Like, you're literally Danny DeVito in female form. Palm Springs, baby. It's my gym shirt. Or loungy shirt. She has a frog gullet. I'm twice her size? How do you know?
Somebody's like, you're twice her size. What are you talking about? Exactly. You know what? To be a content creator, to be a reactor, it's not about weight anyway. It's not about weight. You can create content at whatever size you want. You can react at whatever size you want. Like, why is this even a talking point? This person who yells and screams about fat shaming and fat phobia, using weight as an insult, does that even sound right to anybody? I mean, if you're going to stand against fat phobia and fat shaming, then stand on business. Don't be a hypocrite and then try to use weight as an insult for anybody else.
Have you seen her in the last 2 years, Jay?
No, but I've seen you. I've seen you in the last 2 years, and you put on a tremendous amount of weight, Chantal. And the amount of calories that you ate just the other day in that 2 pizza brownie wings live was ridiculous. You ate well over 8,000 calories. Girlfriend, that is 4 days worth of calories for me. You ate it all in one meal. I've seen you changing over the last 2 years. Go back and check out your lives and the way you looked before you went to Kuwait. The amount of weight that you put on is insane. Insane.
Have you seen her in the last 2 years?
You know what? Frenchie can do whatever she wants to do. It is her life and it is her body. She can be as she wishes. She's comfortable with who she is, but you just never know, Chantal. You never know. She might turn on her camera one day and really shock the crap out of you. She might be getting toned and fit right now for all we know, for all you know. You're begging her to turn on her camera, but when she finally does it, if she does it, you may not like what you see. You're going to have a total meltdown.
And even if I'm slightly bigger than her.
Slightly? Ma'am.
She's 100 times uglier. So I would take being fatter over being ugly like that any day.
Frenchie isn't ugly. What are you talking about? You, ma'am, you've got angry bird brows. Quit it.
Because I can lose weight. Guess what? Ugly and stupid and evil are forever. So,
ma'am, your ugliness goes down to the bone. And all that ugliness inside your soul is coming out through your skin. And that's the truth.
No, it's not equal whatsoever. Hi, Mama Juice.
Leave the cat alone. She don't like you. Look, I mean, seriously. Okay. You're sitting there going after the reactors, talking about their weight. Have you seen them? They have a gullet. And then directly after that, you lay down on the couch. You're so unhealthy, you can't even sit up and rage. You get out of breath raging. Do you see what's wrong with this picture?
Oh. When I talk about something else, this idiot talks about me every.
See, she can't read the room. She cannot and will not read the room. This is her channel. She's right. She can talk about whatever she wants, but she's not reading the room. She wants to make money off the room, but she's not reading the room. People, those same people who come to her channel and perhaps might be subscribed to her channel, the ones who watch her lives and watch her videos and give her the view, and she makes money through Google AdSense. And if they buy a membership or a super chat, she might get extra money from that. She's not reading that room. She's not listening to those people. They're saying, let's talk about something else, Chantal. And instead of reading the room and realizing that people are bored hearing about the same stuff over and over, she's going to get mad and say, it's my room. I talk about how I want.
Every day for hours. Go cry over there, weirdo.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Tell these people to go to the reaction channel, Chantal. Tell them. Tell them. Tell the people that are in your audience, the ones who barely watch you, tell them to go to the reactors. Tell them. They'll go to the reaction channels. They'll be better entertained. They will be appreciated. They'll have a laugh. They'll be in a place where there's not a whole, like there's no trauma dumping, constant negativity. They'll enjoy themselves. And then they're going to turn around and think to themselves, why was I over at her channel to begin with? She's a negative Nancy. Why was I even over there? I'm so glad she told me to go.
Weight sits on people different. I love how people say she's smaller. You haven't seen her in like 2 years. And the last time she was seen on Shannon's, her head was the size of 2 beach balls.
Ma'am, yours is the size of a watermelon. Okay? Are we going to go there? Are we going to really throw insults? You're looking like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man with Angry Bird brows. Quit it. Quit it.
She's smaller where? Like, get a life.
Like, I remember how you used to use the exercise ball. You're starting to look like the exercise ball.
Seriously. Thank you, Barbara. Well, especially that one, Barbara. Barbara! Jamie, do you like think that you're a better person coming in and fat shaming somebody?
At the same time that you were just trying to fat shame Frenchie. Her logic escapes me. I'm allowed to talk about somebody's weight. I'm allowed to use weight as an insult, but nobody can come in and criticize my weight.
Like, you literally look like a big toe. Just like the other one that came in a while ago and said the same thing. What the hell? These people must be so unhappy with themselves. I don't get it. You're the biggest person wherever you go. And I don't care. I don't care if I'm the biggest person wherever I go. How does that make me any less of a person for being the biggest person? Like, you people need to get some morality and just...
She says, I don't care if I'm the biggest person. But if she really didn't care, if she truly had a I don't give an F attitude, you know, if you got it, flaunt it kind of thing, she'd be going out in public and she wouldn't care if people stared at her. She would be living her life. But apparently she does care because she doesn't go out. She hides in the house. So she does care.
Grow the hell up. Like, I don't get it. Coming in here as an adult and fat shaming somebody, like, who cares? Who cares if I'm the biggest person? I don't. So if you want to care about it, fine, whatever. I can't handle her voice long enough to get a good look at her. Yeah. Who cares? Oh, well, I'm biggest. So what? Do you say that about the smallest person around? The thinnest person? If you see the thinnest person in a crowd, you say, well, they're the thinnest person here. No, you don't. So why do people care only if it's the biggest person? It has no impact on your life whatsoever. Whatsoever. Oh, really, Rosemary? I want to see that too. I think I'm going to see it when I'm away. Taking up more space, what? We don't. It's so stupid, Breeza. Yeah, she needs to lay off the cigs. Exactly. Me smoking shisha once in a while doesn't equate to.
So Barbara says she needs to lay off the cigarettes. Talking about Frenchie, I smoke, and I'll own it. I do smoke cigarettes. I know, y'all. I know it's a bad habit. I'm gonna try to lay off and wean off of that, but not right now. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm stressed. It helps me to relax, but not Chantal criticizing somebody who smokes cigarettes. At the same time, she'll smoke shisha, and a shisha session is equal to 90 cigarettes. Chantal, do you understand that a pack of cigarettes has 21 cigarettes in it? I believe. So let's do the math. One of your shisha sessions is equal to, let's see, 4.5 packs of cigarettes. I'm pretty certain that Frenchie doesn't smoke 4.5 packs of cigarettes all at the same time.
Smoking 2 packs to the point where you sound like Patty and Selma. Actually, Patty and Selma have nicer voices. Think of whenever Selma was rubbing petting her iguana and saying, "Oh, chub chub." Better voice than her. That's the voice that makes men sterile. Nice, horsewoman. Hi, Jack! Golden Girl's grandson! Hello! I like that name, Jack. It's a classic goodie. Well, Susan, 69, whatever he's implying, I don't care. Like, I can handle my trip. If I need bonuses, I'll do it. Why do people have to make 12 videos? Something like
Because you made a video where you were basically sad fishing and pointing out, oh, when you're an obese person, traveling is so hard, leaving out the part that you weren't taking care of your health and you're making your situation worse with the food. You kind of left that part out, but you were sad fishing and looking for sympathy and, oh, if you're an obese person, this is what you have to go through. And then other people pointed out, Garlic was one, Sansa was another, both pointing out, hey, like if you have to travel, these are things that you could do to make your travel easier and safer. Yeah, these are things that other people should not have to point out to you. If you are a person of a bigger size, or if you are planning to travel and you might have some difficulty, it's better to plan ahead so that you are prepared, so that you're not having difficulty. Other people were doing some adult reasoning because apparently you don't do it.
he's waving at you. Aw. The new crow. Oh, yeah. I didn't get my Temu order. She has no lips either. She has like weird ashy skin, like sweat, weird skin, and like no lips. It looks like she has teeth.
Is she talking about tea and sass? You really need to respect your elders, Chantal.
How the person is on the inside is what matters, not their size. I really don't. It's like 2024. Who cares if somebody's fat? You know what I mean? Her happy cackle. No, I didn't, Tiffany. I don't watch them. The only thing I hear is what you guys come in and say to cause drama, and I always bite on it. Thank you, Tammy. Eugenia Cooney gets hate too. It's at both ends. Yeah. I know. Have you washed your feet? Yeah, I did, Allie. Kind of. Can you sing for us? What do you want me to sing?
Don't sing. Who's telling her to sing? Who's making that comment?
The sound effect it would be.
Nobody tell her to sing. What is this nonsense?
Bear, gunta. So disgusting. Who sit around and just you gunt? Like it's the most disgusting, like non-feminine voice.
Ma'am, you are so mad. You are so mad, big jealous over all of it. Because here you are on your channel. Let's compare. You got over 100,000 subscribers to your channel because you bought your way there. Let's not forget that part, that you were stuck about 98K. And you wanted that silver plaque, that silver play button from YouTube. And you were just stuck at like 98K. You would have been at 100K a long time ago if you had put in quality content, but you didn't. So you got stuck. So you swindled your way to 100K and you bought your own plaque. You're at 100K and you're really not making the money you should be making. And you've done everything, haven't you? You didn't hold anything back. You've shown us every part of your body. You've done the chemicals. You've acted outrageously. And now you're trading your health for paychecks. to the point where you have virtually none left. And then there's someone like French Fry Girl, whose channel is, I would say, a third or about a third of the size of yours. She's not come on camera and flashed herself or been under the influence or done the feedy stuff. No, all she does is react to you. So there's proof positive right there, Chantal. You can be on YouTube and you don't have to do the self-harm content. You don't have to damage your health for the sake of your viewers or views. You can take a different route. I mean, people like Frenchie, there's the proof right there. But you damaging your health and catering to a certain niche audience, that was the path that you decided to take. And so you took it. And here we are. And you're dealing with the consequences of those choices. But you are mad that when you go live, you can't even get 1,000 subscribers to watch you. Yet Frenchie averages about 4K every single time she does a live. And she's not getting on camera and damaging her health. She's not flashing parts of her body. She's not under the influence, putting that on camera. No, that's you. That's everything that you've done. You chose to go the distance and do and say every offensive thing you could think of. Now you've run out of ideas and you've even run out of health. You're at the point that if even if you wanted to go back in time and do crackhead Olympics all over again, you don't have the health for it. You don't even have the energy to rage right.
And language they use is just like, ew. Yeah, no, Jackie. Yes, Figs, exactly. Hey, Metallic Razor. People can't help how they look. Yeah, they can. All that disgusting hate she spews every day has made her ugly. Because she always likes to show her picture from the past where she looks normal, semi-decent, with a ton of makeup and probably filters and angling. But now she looks like a friggin', like you don't even know it's the same.
Ma'am, you use filters. Be quiet. Take all the filters off, Chantal. Take off the skin smoothing filter that you got going on right now, because your skin don't look like that. Your skin is not that smooth. Take all the filters off, mama. Take them off. Take the big eye filter off. Take the contour filter off, which I can clearly see goes from like here down in a triangle down the lower half of your face. Take it off. Come on, take it off. Your face is round. Your entire face is round. And can I just say something on a personal feminine note, if I may? I used to wear wigs, Chantal. And I know from experience that when you wear wigs, sometimes wigs, if they're too tight on your head, or if the wig cap is too tight on your head, woo, it can give you massive headaches. It hurts so much to have that pressure on your temples. I used to get bad headaches every once in a while. So you wearing the cap that is tight around your face, I can only imagine how painful it is. You've got like the thing that goes across here, across your temples. Then you've got this part here. And I bet that sucker is skin tight. You can't tell me it doesn't hurt. I'm sure it does.
Same person. Most people, you'd still be able to tell that they're the same person, you know? I will manage. I always do. Exactly. Like they're acting like I haven't traveled from the Middle East to Canada back to the Middle East, 14 hours. Have they done that? And
yeah, and every time you do, every time you come back from vacation and you come back to Kuwait, you gain more weight. And every time you gain more weight, it just makes things more difficult, Chantal. And yet you will not course correct and lose some of the weight.
trying to give me advice how to travel. Like, please, the only place you go girly bread is Victoria's Secret. and that will never get old.
She always brings up the whole Victoria's Secret thing. Is it because she's jealous that she can't go to Victoria's Secret? Maybe she wants Salah to go to Victoria's Secret and pick her out some lingerie. What is wrong with Victoria's Secret? Victoria's Secret isn't cheap. Victoria's Secret lingerie, underwear, all that stuff is expensive. Everybody knows it.
Hi, KXR. You go to the mall to shop for your mom, you know? Like,
are you mad because Salah won't shop for you?
So embarrassing. Is it really, Luna? She said Chantal is not disabled. Who is he to determine that, especially after making 12,000 videos of her failing health? Exactly. Who the hell are you to determine that?
Chantal's very critical.
Like, you know what I mean?
About what we reactors talk about when we talk about her. She's got a lot to say about us talking about her weight, about us talking about her health, her failing health. But Chantal, what is there else to talk about? What else do you show us? When you come to the table, you come with the same items. There's not much to discuss. There's lots of people that want to keep up with your story. But yet there's nothing to really discuss with you. You're not showing us anything new. You're not taking us to new places and showing us new experiences and bringing up new topics of discussion. I wish you would. I get freaking tired of saying the same things over and over again. I really do. And yet you are a person that your life is very monotonous. There's not much activity. Your day is quite simple. You sleep all day, you get up, you take the CPAP mask off, you order takeout, you stuff your face, you go to bed, lather, rinse, repeat. That's essentially your day. That's all you do. Because of your lack of activity, you've got no new stories to tell us, no new experiences. You don't talk about new friends that you're in contact with and the conversations you have, or going out with the girls to go get coffee. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You're so lacking in activity, you tell us about childhood stories. How sad is that you're 40 years old, and to find stories to talk about, you got to go all the way back to your doggone childhood. So if you don't want us to talk about, say, your weight or your failing health, you talk about something else. You do something else. Okay? Good. Are we good? Yeah, I hope so.
Oh my gosh. It's really sad. Like, whatever. I'm not going to bring my beach ball. That's the same ableism I was talking about with Amber Lynn when they were making fun of her not even being able to go up a curb. Like, who does that? Like, do you honestly think people want to be 500, 600 pounds? Like,
you do. You did. You literally chose that. You chose that. Neither you nor Amber Lynn could honestly say the reason why you both are super morbidly obese is because of something that is out of your control or medical, like your thyroid is messed up. You can't make that claim. Neither can she. You both have abused food. Knowing what you were doing, knowing why you were doing it, and expecting payment for it. You especially over her. I don't like Amber. I think she's boring. I think she's manipulative, but I got to give it to Amber on one point only. As annoying as she is, as much as she is a beanbag in a hurry, I will give it to Amber that she's not constantly doing mukbangs like you, Chantal. You literally chose to be over 500 pounds. And by the way, that's interesting what you just said. Do you think somebody chooses to be over 500 pounds? You did. You still do. Because you're not making a different choice, are you? You're choosing it. You're choosing to give up your mobility. You're choosing to cater to the feedies. You're choosing to listen to them. Somebody's in your ear saying that the seal life is for you, even though you're not a doggone seal. And you're listening. They're paying you to lay around and be immobile with them. It's sick, sick.
Like, obese. Like, there's reasons that people are obese, and honestly,
You're right. I will give you that. There's some people that they are obese, and sometimes it's no fault of their own. They might have had an accident. They may have had a medical condition. They might be on medications that might make them retain fluid. There's all kinds of reasons, but those reasons do not apply to you nor to her.
it's like obesity is a disease. It's a
Oh, F off. F off. You have a food issue. F off. And you don't care about it. You're letting it go out of control. You gave it a job. Shut up.
medical condition. Like, there's reasons, so many reasons people are obese. And
Yeah, but what's your reason? What's your reason, Chantal? Tell us. Tell us the reason. Your reason is you got on YouTube, you had no real talent or creativity. And knowing that, you're like, what can I do on YouTube to make money? What can I do on YouTube to get attention and get views? Then the mukbang trend was going around. And you thought, well, I love food. I can eat food. That's easy. I'll just basically hop on the back of this trend and get known for it. And so you did. And along the way, you picked up a bunch of feedy people. And over the years, I'm sure you've had different ones. But you chose that path because you have no talent. There's nothing creative about you. There's no other path that you could or would take. This is all you know how to do. Create drama and eat. Create drama and eat. It's all you got to offer YouTube.
and contributing factors, and nobody understands it. Like, nobody gets it unless you are something you know nothing about. Like, you're just a friggin' incel, friggin' manlet, 4'5", friggin' pudgy, ugly ass loser.
Ooh, yeah, come on, give us the rage, Chantal. Is this the best you can do? And it's hilarious to me that she's raging while laying down. Okay. Chantal, do you understand how you look? You're on the other side of the camera. I'm on this side. Do you know how you look? When you're sitting there, you're trying to rage, but you're laying down because you're out of breath. It hits different. We can't take you seriously raging if you're laying down.
She grinds her teeth, just stubs over her hatred for you. I love that she's that mad about me. I love it. I love it. Live makeup tutorial? I'm not putting makeup on today. I'm not going to be on very long today. People always pick on me because I'm like way too thin. It's not right. Yeah, people just need to shut up. The water just takes care of it. Yes, Charles. Soon mine. You just gave all the reaction channels the payday. They should be thanking you, right?
She's not paying my bills. She's not paying my bills.
And yet they want me off the platform thinking
I do. See, you just said that you pay our bills, right? We hang on to your every word. We wait for you to go live. You matter so much to us. You pay all of our bills and all of our rent. Yet we want you off the platform. So I guess that by itself proves that you're not paying our freaking bills. You're not paying our rent. If we want you off the platform, you should be off the platform, Chantal, for your own self-preservation. YouTube should be stepping up and doing what they should do. You know, they have a terms of service. I don't know why they're not enforcing it with you. You're over there doing self-harm content. You've broken TOS I don't know how many times. They've taken your channel away. They gave it back. For some reason, they let you stay. But if the channels are saying, hey, she needs to be off the platform, is because we recognize that you are hurting yourself and it's only getting worse. And you want everybody to watch what could be your end. And I think that no one really wants to see that. Like you being on this platform, it's encouraging you to do self-harm content. Maybe if you weren't on the platform, you wouldn't eat as much or you wouldn't be hurting yourself as much because you wouldn't be in front of an audience. Maybe not having an audience might make a difference.
That they can carry a channel on them.
Oh, no, she didn't. Oh, no, she didn't. Oh, girl, what did you do? Let's try. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all see this? Do you see it? Do you see it? Oh my God, I just caught that in real time. What the? Yes, girl. Yes. Yes. You guys are seeing it as it happened. Oh my God. Wow. I love all of this. This video has been removed for violating YouTube's community guidelines. Shame on you, Chantal. I can't believe that actually happened. That's amazing. What was I saying about YouTube not doing their doggone job? Hey, Daddy YouTube, good job. Good job. What else are you gonna go after Chantal for? What are you gonna do? This is amazing. Sometimes they pay attention, sometimes they don't. Oh, this is so good. Oh, this is gonna be a great react. I love all of this. You guys saw it happen. As soon as it happened, we were here. Hey, you know what? I'm fine with the react being short today. I'm fine with it. You know, Chantal's mad. She is so big mad. She's so ticked off. Stay mad, Chantal. Stay mad. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it. If there is like there might be a part 2 to this. Somebody else might have the rest of it, but that was amazing. That was amazing. Well, that just made my day. Here's to you, YouTube. Sometimes you get it right. All right, guys, I'm out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.